everyone, this is Rhonda with Dog Days Consulting. I wanted to pop on here and make a quick video. I wanted to share some ideas and some thoughts I had on creating content. Now, I know as a business owner, entrepreneur, manager, whatever your role is in your business, I know it's hard to want to be creative, to do social media. There's so many other things to do, and I fall into that trap myself. I am trying to run a business. I'm trying to grow this business and get more clients and do more work. And it's hard to try to feel creative to do my own stuff whenever I've spent all of my day and time doing their creative stuff. So I want to put most of my energy into creating content for them. And sometimes I find that I might shortchange myself or not have the emotional energy to really do a great job for Dog Days. That's where Linda is a great business partner, because she can kind of help with that, and we bounce off of each other and we really help feed each other creatively. But it's still kind of hard, and I wanted to help you and maybe offer some tidbits of how we address that, how we deal with the content creation part of things. I have an autoimmune disease that also zaps my energy levels. So by the end of the day, if I haven't done stuff for Dog Days, it's so hard for me to want to do it. And I'm not even going to lie. It is hard for me to be motivated. It's hard for me to be creative. So one of the things that I do first whenever I'm creating content, I make sure that I set aside time that is dedicated to Dog Days, that I'm actually feeling creative. So for me, I know that my best times are in the morning. So not at first thing in the morning, because it does take me a little while to get up and get moving because of my scleroderma. But once I'm kind of in the groove and moving, the morning is usually when I'm the most creative and the most open to new ideas and looking at what's out there and just kind of taking inspiration from that stuff. Now, on the other part of that, if you have a job that doesn't allow that, then still build some time into your schedule where you can do that. Give yourselves a 30-minute time frame where you can look at content that you can create. One of the other things you can do is you can borrow inspiration from others. Now, I'm not saying steal ideas or copy and paste, except in the instance of curated content, and we're going to talk about that here in a minute, but get inspiration from what other people are doing. Look at their post. Is it something that you like? Is it something that relates to your business? Is it something that you could relate to your business? So I see a lot of content all the time that doesn't necessarily relate specifically to veterinary social media, but it does relate to social media or building a brand or personal coaching or professional coaching or kind of growing your career and growing your mindset and all of that stuff that we do here at Dog Days. So I can take a lot of that stuff and craft it into content that we need or we could use. So I also use my editorial calendars. Linda's really good about getting us organized with that. But when it's time to actually sit down and create that content, sometimes I have to look at what other people are doing because I can get writer's block. I can come up completely dry. Now, the difference whenever you're a social media manager and a certified social media manager is I know where the tools are to go quickly look for something and to find something to be able to post. Where before I had all this education, I did struggle whenever it was, okay, plan something to post. If you told me I had to post 3 times a week on my social media page, I would have panicked, totally would have panicked. In fact, when I was a practice manager, I didn't even do it because it was too much work. It was too much effort. I don't know what to post. I don't know when to post. I didn't want to do it. So now going forward, I can kind of share some of those ideas of what it is that you can post and should post and how often. So one of the quick little hacks that I like to do is I follow the professional pages that relate to my industry. Okay, so for my clients, that's the veterinary industry. Most of my clients are veterinary practices. So AVMA, the American Veterinary Medical Association. I also look at some of the other organizations in the group. So VHMA, the Veterinary Hospital Managers Association. I look at AHA, the American Animal Hospital Association. There's a lot of different professional groups that are very reputable, very reliable, and go look on their website. What's their latest story? What did they just recently post? Look on their social media channels, check their Facebook, check their Instagram. What are they posting? What are they talking about? Now, if they posted something that is great for your practice and makes sense, then you can copy that link and post it on your social media page. That's called curating content. That means you're a museum curator. You went and found a lovely artifact, and now you're going to share it with the world via your page. You're curating. But you want to make sure when you do that you're giving the original source their credit. That's why you copy the link. You don't want to just move that post over, delete the links, and or delete the credit. You can delete the link and the website itself will stay on the post, but you want to make sure that people understand that the AVMA is actually where that information came from. You didn't create that. Same thing if you're sharing memes or if you're sharing pictures that are from another page. You want to make sure that you give credit to that original source. You don't want it to ever appear that you're borrowing things from other people. That's copyrighted information. A lot of times it's intellectual property. There's a lot of stuff happening there that you don't want to just help yourself to someone else's creative works without giving them the proper attribution. And honestly, if all else fails, ask them permission. I have reached out to people, I've messaged people and said, hey, I would like to share this. I think it's fantastic. Is that okay? And I get yeses. People just like to be asked. They don't want you just helping yourself to their stuff. So keep that in mind as you're creating and curating. So on the other side of that coin, when we talk about curated, that's borrowing or using other people's links and putting it on your page with the proper attribution. Created means you're making it yourself. So I get some ideas from Canva. That's the software that we use to do a lot of our design work. And within Canva, they have template suggestions. So you can actually thumb through, we just had Valentine's. So you can thumb through and look at all their Valentine posts. That's one that if you have the membership, update the post with your practice information or your business or your brand information and post that on your social media channels. So creating isn't as complicated, but it does require that creative energy that is a little bit more difficult to do. So that's where we use that editorial calendar. It kind of keeps us on track. It reminds us of the good ideas we had when we were feeling more creative. You could also ask your friends, ask your clients, what would you like to hear about? What would you like for us to share more information about? Most of the time, people will give you feedback. All you have to do is ask. I'm a member of a lot of Facebook groups. And whenever I have a question, I simply ask. And it's really kind of awesome because I get a ton of feedback from people who just answer the question because they want to help. It's common. People do want to help. So don't be shy. Actually ask and put the word out there. Hey, we want to create good content for you. We want to share what we're doing in our practice. What would you like to hear about? What would you like to know? What would you like to see more of? And a lot of times they'll tell you and they'll kind of give you those clues. Then make a list and create that content, and it works out usually pretty good. Then watch your analytics to see what is going on behind the scenes, what kind of content was actually appreciated, what was watched, what did people like, not like. And once you kind of start getting a flow of what people liked, then create more of that. And then you're kind of off to the races of what kind of content to create. So keep in mind created content and curated content. It's something that we always look at in social media. There is a blend. You don't want to have too much of one, not enough of the other. But if you balance that, it's providing enough information, enough value, enough education that you're really helping out your audience and you're teaching them something and you're sharing your knowledge or you're sharing your opinion of something that you think is important. And that means something to them as well. So if you ever get jammed up, you're welcome to email me. I'd be happy to help you out. We can kind of point you in the right direction. You can also follow our own Facebook page. We post a lot of ideas there. And also, the last thing that I forgot to mention is look at your competitors in the area that are close to you. So follow their Facebook pages, follow their Instagram pages, but follow your competitors, see what they're doing, and see if it's something that would be a fit for you if you had ideas that were similar. Again, do not steal their ideas, but take inspiration for things that would work for you, or look at it and take it as a cautionary tale of things that might not work for you and you don't want to repeat. So again, this is Rhonda with Dog Days Consulting. If you have any questions, please email me. Please like and subscribe. We're trying to grow this channel. We're trying to grow our business, and we'd really appreciate the support. Thanks. Bye.